Hello, fellow mystics. Nixie Marie here, delivering you the March forecast for us all. We've got lots of feelings of this like cocoon energy, being in such a hibernation stage for quite some time. Some of us have had a very cold winter. This month, what we have concocted, myself and the other fellow witch sisters here, providing you with all the medicine of the month, we feel this month is definitely circulated around cleansing and preparing for what is going to be this Aries season, as well as spring coming up with a bang. I have the tarot card reading for this month, and of course it's very in relationship to what we're going to be feeling and what we're going to be experiencing. Mercury retrograde, as you guys will know below in the astral forecast. Mercury retrograde starts March 5th, so we are going back into the revisiting stage, the remembrance phase, the re-evaluating, the resetting, all of the things that really allow us to kind of pull back. So the way I really see this month is really a moment where we are taking our arrows back and we're at that pause and we're aiming for whatever it is we're going towards. So it's just, the truth is an arrow cannot be shot unless you pull it backwards. And so we're in this backward state. We're in this reinvention stage where a lot of the energies are going to be pulling and pulling and pulling at us to take a pause, breathe. It is not a time to move really fast or get new things accomplished. It's really a time to purify and cleanse. That's the stagnancy that's already there. So if you have, for example, unfinished projects, things that you've committed to that haven't quite done yet, this is a really, really, really important month to get those things done, to really prepare you for what is to come with the spring months. We have a lot of energy that is going to be coming forth with this Aries season. So if you don't clear and get things done and prepare and spring clean not only your home, your environment, but also your internal self, going within and really cleanse yourself from that perspective, you might experience a little chaos after this cycle. So this month is really about cleansing and preparing and getting ready for this spring that's coming. So it's almost as if we feel like we are ready to bud and blossom, but we're not quite there yet, and that's okay. So be gentle with your journey and really know that exactly where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be. So we have the tarot card reading for the month, which is very interesting, I must say. The first card we have is the Six of Swords, which the Six of Swords is a card that comes up when we are letting go of attachments, when we are letting go of something that we might be holding on to, a way of thinking, a material possession, a person, something that we've been holding on to, and we might be feeling some sadness, some emotion come up because we know that it's time to move forward. So I think this is really beautiful because, you know, there's a boat, it's on the water, and the sword is all about action. So we've got to move forward now. And this card being the first card, it's in the reflection stage, it's in the past. So maybe some things are going to come up for you this month around the past. Maybe some things are going to be, you know, like resurfacing that you thought, wounds that you have already dealt with, but you haven't quite fully dealt with them. Those things will often happen during retrograde times. So this is sort of the mirror, this card being like, yes, this is what's going to come up, and it's okay. You've got to let go of these old thought patterns, these people we're attached to, the things that we're attached to. So that's really what the Five of Swords represents. And then, or Six of Swords, the funny thing is we then have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, it immediately tells me, okay, we have kind of conquered what it is that we have been moving forward to. It's like I said, the swords are very action based. So the Five of Swords is all about the physical. And so when there's a skull, there's five different swords. It's like defeat. It's like conquer. It's like I've won the war. So by letting go of those attachments and all the things that kind of come from our past, especially like letting them go through with emotions and with sadness and feeling whatever is needed, you're gonna feel this sort of like victory, this like, ooh, I did it. So this month might feel like when you do the work and you actually sit down with yourself and look at and revisit and really look at these old wounds that might be surfacing, or these old thought patterns, and you sit down and go, you know what, I'm letting go. Like, I'm really committed to releasing these things that aren't serving me anymore. You're gonna feel this victory, and this is the current card. So this is really where we're all gonna be feeling by, let's say, like mid-March. We're gonna be feeling this like victory that's going to want to propel us forward. But we really have to, again, go back to that preparation stage of letting go, you know, getting clear, finalizing those projects. Anything that is holding our energy backwards, we must just clear it. You know, there's a lot of energy leaks that we create by things that we say that we don't do, projects that we have on our list that we don't complete, and it becomes these energy drains that we can feel even if we think like on the conscious mind, we think that we've dealt with it, or we're just going to avoid it and sweep it under the rug. But this period, this month, is really about pulling all the dust out, cleaning it up, like the spring cleaning. You guys know I'm all about cleaning the home, and how the energy in the home is really, really just a mirror for how your energy is within. So that just goes towards your whole environment. So it's that time to do the spring cleaning, and there can be, the way I see it is just like you're lifting up all the rugs and dusting underneath them, you've got to lift, like almost give yourself this bird's eye perspective and look at your life from that angle and go, okay, where needs cleaning? Where needs purification? Where needs this cleanse? Is it my thoughts? Is it my diet? Is it my routine? Is it my lifestyle? Is it my friends? Like, who is and where are you at with that cleanse? So the final card being the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is actually perfect because this is also a reflection of us being in retrograde, sort of being in suspended action, really wanting, like, maybe the physical or maybe your mind wants to try to trick you and say, hey, go get that new job. Hey, go take a bunch of action right now. But we're being suspended and we're being in that pause, going back to that cocoon-like feeling that we're in that cocoon and we're not quite ready yet to blossom into the butterfly. So being suspended, being sort of hung up, and just being in this pause state allows us to really move forward. So this being the last card, the final outcome card, is very interesting too, because this is sort of, to me, what we're going to be feeling like. We're going to be ultimately feeling like we're hung up on a wall and we can't move forward. But you know why? Because unless we look at those like old past things or let go of those attachments or really take a pause to just look within, we can't move forward. We're just going to keep bypassing and avoiding all the things that we aren't looking at. So it's just like, take off all the blinders, take off all the masks, and get real with yourself around with everyone in your life. Like, how have you been feeling? Are you happy? Are you blissed out? What changes need to be made? And in this pause, you know, if we flip this around, it really reminds me of like Jesus on the cross and how there's this, you know, resurrection happening, this rebirth happening during that time. So when we, you know, flip ourselves on the other side of what we're going through as we are cyclical beings, there's this rebirth and this resurrection happening within us. So I think, you know, to add to the cleanse and the prepare, that resurrection and that rebirth and that recreation of ourselves is continuous. We are continuously evolving. And something I've been really processing a lot lately is how, you know, we've evolved so far as a species, and a lot of the parts of our brains haven't evolved up like to where we really are. So it's up to us to do that brain like growth work and really train our subconscious mind to fully equip us for the reality and the lifestyle that we really want to live and fulfill. So that's really the overall theme. That's what we're going to be seeing a lot of this month. We're going to be feeling a lot of. That's my energy report. That's really just like, it's exciting because it's a really good time to just take a pause. And you know, Mercury retrograde, they always say like, don't sign contracts, or if you are going to sign a contract, really look at the contract in the fine details, because it's really easy to just want to bypass all of the things in the fine print, but those things could potentially lead you to bigger chaos later on if you don't read the fine print. And that goes for everything, right? So if you're not looking at the finer details in anything during this month, you might be bypassing things that you should be paying attention to, because the fine details are are where the magic is. When you really pay attention to all the little things around you, you can see things on a deeper, more profound level. So that's the energy report for the month of March. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're part of the Witchy Times newsletter, if you would like to learn more about diving deeper into this work and what we talk about on the podcast, as well as in the Witchy Times newsletter, the Goddess Life membership is now open for enrollment. Every month you will get guided meditations led by myself, affirmations, you get bonuses, a self-love checklist. You also get a monthly in-person Zoom chat, full moon ritual with myself and a few other sisters. We're also working on creating live workshops with other amazing witchy sisters who are going to share their medicine with you all and teach us on like really awesome things. So if you're interested, please go ahead and sign up. I will leave a link below to register, sign up. It's only $22 a month. It's like your spiritual membership to your gym to really honor and nurture yourself and connect with your sisters. I love you all so much, and I will see you next month.